I'm Mark.
And I'm Josh.
This is Alter Ego Comics TV for the week of November 16th? Is the 16th? I think it is. 2011. I think the third week of the month is the best week of the month. There are just so many great books that come out, specifically from DC. I mean, you've got lots of heavy hitters, Justice League, Batman, Wonder Woman, Nightwing. They all come out the third week of the month, at least they have. So it's like Christmas. Kind of, sort of. All right, first up, Wonder Woman number 3, Brian Azzarello, Cliff Chiang, continues to be a very pleasant surprise. Heavy into Greek mythology, lots of stuff you don't see usually in a Wonder Woman book. They're tinkering around with her origin somewhat significantly, and it's good. I mean, the New 52 was supposed to be about change, and we're seeing lots of change in the Wonder Woman book. Really enjoying Cliff Chiang's artwork on here, and Azzarello, hopefully, I know he has a plan. I hope he stays around for a while, but it's just really good stuff. Especially, not a lot of people are Wonder Woman fans. That's my expert opinion. Many people, they like the idea of the character. Maybe they only read the character in team books or crossover events, but now is the time to check out Wonder Woman in her own book.
Also up we have Godzilla Legends number 1. This is a new series from IDW. It's kind of a revolving door. Each issue is a one-shot about a specific monster or a specific storyline. And the first issue really grabbed me. It's about Anguirus, I think I'm saying? Anguirus?
Angira?
Angina condition. But it was very good. It actually managed to make me care about characters that I knew I was only going to see for one issue, and it did a wonderful job of utilizing the monsters in a way I didn't expect.
Ultimate Comics X-Men issue number 3, Nick Spencer, Paco Medina. Just another really solid entry in the new Ultimate Comics line. All of the new Ultimate books, I wish they would change the name of that line. It's just horrible. All of the new Ultimate Comics books, Spider-Man, Ultimates, and X-Men, have been very strong out of the gate. And Hawkeye. Hawkeye's over, though, I think, or almost over. The ongoings. But Ultimate Comics X-Men, for me, I have a lot invested in these characters because Johnny Storm and Bobby Drake and Kitty Pryde were all key players in the previous Ultimate Spider-Man series that ran for 160 some odd issues. So they have moved on, and oddly enough, Johnny Storm is an X-Man, which is interesting. At least he's alive in this universe. Medina's artwork is outstanding. It's a really strong story. I think Spencer is doing a bang-up job with this, and it's really worth checking out, whether you're an X-Men fan or not. The great thing about the Ultimate line, again, is that anything can happen. It's not the 616 universe. It's not, traditional Marvel. And if you're looking for something different, if you're looking to get into an X book that doesn't have a bunch of history to go along with it, and this has some, but Ultimate X-Men is definitely worth checking out.
Red Hood and the Outlaws number 3. This book continues to be fun and unexpected. This issue we've got a storyline where in order to move further on their journey, their quest as it were, they each have to temporarily give up their favorite memory. So we get to see each character's favorite memory, their most cherished memory of their childhood or of their earlier life. And it's really interesting. It gives you some good insight into the characters in this new universe. And I don't care, haters gonna hate, Red Hood and the Outlaws is awesome.
Speaking of awesome, Mr. Scott Snyder. Batman number 3, Scott Snyder, Greg Capullo. No surprise again. This is one of the strongest, if not the strongest, of the New 52. And there are a lot of good books out there, but for my money, Batman has been top-notch. The writing is great. This new secret society of owl people, the secret society of the owl, who've been manipulating things behind the scenes in Gotham for decades, and it's something new that Batman has never encountered before. The artwork by Capullo just gets better and better. I'm glad that he's working for DC now. He spent so many years at Image, and I didn't read a lot of the Image books, but it's great to see him taking on a mainstream character. It's so much fun to look at. I mean, in addition to being a really solid story by one of the best writers in comics today, the artwork is outstanding, and it's great when those things go hand in hand.
Avengers 19. This is part 2 of the storyline that started in the previous issue, where Cap, kind of post-Fear itself, is assembling the Avengers, the core Avengers team, and you see more of the selection process. You see him going around talking to different people. You see interaction with him and Tony, and it's just really good. If you're a classic Avengers fan, you want to be reading it.
My pick of the week, Severed #4 by, guess who?
Scott
Scott
Snyder.
Snyder and Scott Tuft, with art by Attila Futaki. I think that, I don't know how many previous issues have been my pick of the week, but the series is just awesome. Issue #4, my understanding is this is a 7-issue series, so we're rounding the corner past the halfway point, and it's just it's good comics. It's a good horror comic. It's a good all-around comic. The artwork is solid. The characters are likable, except for the bad guy. And he's a great villain. There's some key moments, some key things happen in this issue, and I'm glad that so many of you are checking it out. If you're not, it's not too late to get on board with this, and at the very least, pick up the collected edition when it comes out, because you will not be sorry.
Amazing Spider-Man 674. This is the first ASM issue after Spider Island, and continues to be excellent. We're seeing a lot of fallout from that crossover. We're seeing where Peter's life is, kind of reeling from the breakup last issue with Carly, and seeing where some of the other characters are, how people are dealing with going from being Spider-Man, having spider powers, to back to being normal humans. And it's a lot of fun, and Dan Slott is an excellent Spider-Man writer.
Something that should be on your radar this week, this is going to be kind of our pick at the register. Gladstone School for World Conquerors, the first collected edition. And you've heard us talk about the single issues in the past. Now the first collected edition is out, and this is 1 through 6? La 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 la. 1 through 6, yes. It's one of those books, it's published by Image, was under a lot of people's radar. We sold a few copies, we're selling a few copies of the monthly issue here in the store, but I really hope that everyone gives this one a shot. It's basically, like it says, a school for world conquerors. Picture, Sky High, but kind of middle school age, with villains. So it's a school to help these kids develop into world conquerors. And there's humor. The artwork is great. It's fun to see a different side of the thing. You've got Avengers Academy, you've got Tiny Titans, where you've got the good guys doing their thing at a younger age. Well, now you've got the bad guys doing their thing at a younger age. And it's just a really fun book. I've heard a number of people say lately they're looking for fun in comics again, and you don't get much more fun or funner than Gladstone School for World Conquerors Volume 1. Check it out.
My pick of the week is Nightwing by Kyle Higgins. Continues to be an awesome series, especially if you have any affection for Dick Grayson, delving into more of his history stuff with Haley's Circus and a mystery revolving around the death of his parents and someone framing him for murder now and also trying to kill him now. And just every week is good, and Kyle Higgins is quickly becoming one of my favorite DC writers.
There you have it. And there was a ton of stuff that came out this week. We barely scratched the surface, and it was tough, I'm sure, for Josh, and I know it was tough for me to come up with 5 to talk about this week. But come on in, check out all the cool stuff that came out. Comics are great, comics are fun, and we'll see you next week.